Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. When they talk about the government, when anyone talks about the government, they're talking about your taxpayer money, okay? The taxpayers pay in taxes on the money they make, and that runs the government and these sorts of programs. Now, the government does not need to extend nothing to nobody it doesn't want to, okay? So these people decide to accommodate tourists coming on the island, okay? It's under the new tourism accommodation bill. These Airbnb in Barbados are going to be pulled under that kind of management, and they must be managed. There is no getting away from it. There must be someone to make sure that whatever you're offering a visitor to the island is up to speed. It has to be managed, but don't expect it to be equal, because equal is unfair. It has to be equitable. Now, these small accommodations where people have a room in their house and they accommodate tourists that are coming to the island who don't want to spend at the big hotels, or, they don't want to spend a whole lot of money, period. They're poor. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of this. They're kind of poor, so they're going to stay in a room in your house. That room in the house is a room in the house. It's not going to have a gym that you say, oh, I'm going to the 5th floor to the gym, or I'm going down to the pool area. Oh, it has a bar on the side. I'm going to. No. People just have rooms added to their homes. And when someone comes to Barbados and they just want to have a little, like a little easy stay, nothing too fancy, they can stay at that particular place. That is equitable in a sense that they don't need money from the government to run that. The rent, whatever they're charging the visitor, should suffice. They need to be taxed on that money. You gotta pay taxes when you're making money in any country. You have to pay taxes and you have to be regulated, but it has to be equitable, not equal. It cannot be equal, because the small places cannot match what happens at the big hotels with all the rooms. You have safe in your rooms that you can put your jewelry in. You have different things in the rooms. You have nice TV. Like I said, you have a pool area. You have different recreational bar. They cannot match that. You're not equal to that. You're not equal to that. So what happens is you must be managed. You must be managed in a way that someone comes to your house. They're saying they don't have those someones. They don't have enough people. But if you are accommodating people, tourists and foreigners at your house, you must have your name signed up on some sort of list. There should be a record that you are part of that Airbnb doing that. You have to be on that list. Someone needs to go to your house to make sure that the doors are good doors and the windows are good windows, and the people are not going to be having a rainfall when it rains. You should be managed. It has to be inspected, because all it's going to take is one incident to bring that whole house of cards down. So you must make sure that you're in whatever docket, whatever framework there is for these kinds of small Airbnbs, these small businesses that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of tourism. You must make sure that you're organized. Government must make sure that they're managed. When you hit the airport, when someone hits the airport and they are asked, where are you staying? Either a hotel, family or friend, or Airbnb. If it's an Airbnb, the people at the airport need to check the address and make sure that they are checked, like a check mark, that they're one of the people approved to do that sort of thing. So you have to get the approval of the government, okay? That's one thing. You need the approval of the government. You need to be licensed to do it, okay? Licensed to do it. It cannot be equal. It cannot be equal. It has to be equitable. They have to watch to see how much you're making because the airport people will know who is coming to your house and how many guests you have had for the year. And you will have to provide the government, when you pay taxes, how much you are charging people to stay at your house, how long they've been there, all that will be known. And then you pay taxes commensurate to what you made. Okay, that is equity. That is equity. You pay according to what you have made. You cannot compete with the big hotels. You just cannot. So when they talk about concessions, that kind of stuff, you don't need that. You already have that extra room. You already had kids that moved out of the house, and you made that particular space something inviting for someone abroad to come and stay there. You have made certain arrangements. You don't need taxpayers' money. What you need is equity. You need to get into the game. Okay? You need to get into the game. It needs to be fair. Equal is not fair. Equal wouldn't be fair. You need it's like telling a fish to climb a tree. It's like having people around and you tell one person, okay, get in the ladder, climb the tree, and and then there's a fish, you look at a fish and tell the fish, climb that tree. That is not fair. That is not equal. For it to be equitable, you will have to have water and tell the fish, okay, swim up and show us what you can do. And while people are climbing up the ladder, up the tree, the fish can use water to swim up. That's equity. I'm just trying to give you an example. That's equity because the fish swims. Okay? So it has to be equitable. It has to be equitable. And if you are going into business, no matter where you are, you have to pay taxes and you need to be regulated. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. Your name, your business and your name, wherever the Airbnb is, whatever that accommodation, that room, wherever it is, you need to be on the list so that when people come into the airport, they can check to know, well, you had about 200 this year. For 1 year, you had about 200 people come to your house and you are charging them, what, $100 a night or whatever. And do the math and you pay based on that. You pay based on that, and you should have enough money to fix up, and if there's a leak or whatever, fix it up. You run your business. Keep your business clean. Run it. Do it right. But stop begging the government. Stop begging the government for everything. Okay? Stop begging the government for everything. You can do it. You can do it. Just ask for equity. Just ask for it to be equitable. Equitable. Don't ask for equality. Do not ask for equality. Ask for it to be equitable, that you pay based solely on what you have made, and they have to give you an allowance for repairs and that kind of stuff. So yeah, take it from there. But yeah, the government should regulate you. You should be regulated, okay? And your name should be on the list. Not any and everybody in Barbados can invite someone to a house without your name being on that list and you being a legit place for someone. If they don't want to stay at the hotel, or it's not a family member, it has to be a legit place for a visitor to stay, because the day that something, that shit hits the fan, especially with an American season, all hell is going to break loose. All hell will break loose. So you have to talk. The tourism people have to talk to the people who book flights. People who book flights and do that kind of stuff. You have to let them know that if they're staying at an Airbnb in Barbados, that it needs to be licensed, to make sure that it's licensed. It can be done. This can be done. And it can be done so smoothly that people who are in that business, the small people wouldn't even feel a pinch. But you just have to understand, you have to pay taxes and you need to be regulated. It needs to be regulated. You need to be on the list. Go and get yourself on the list. Hire a carpenter, hire a plumber, hire a handyman, and set your business up. Keep it clean. Keep your business clean. Okay? And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You need equitable treatment in this particular matter. You need equitable treatment. Equality is not going to work for you in this one. It's not going to work. Okay? So that's it. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.